Dear friends, welcome to another video of Fathoming Mind. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the compulsions and obsessions. So, in our daily life, we have different types of thoughts in our everyday life. Some people have got some habits of playing, or some people have got the habits of reading, and some others may have the habit of gardening. So, different kind of habits we are having, and these habits are often stemming from certain thoughts. The certain thoughts are leading us to do certain actions in our everyday life. For example, the thought of doing exercise helps a person to the action of doing exercise. So everything origins first from in the form of a thought. So what is an obsession? An obsession is also a thought. It originates in our mind, and this obsession is continuously coming into the mind and even disturbs the everyday activities of a person. So an obsessive thought can happen in different ways. And maybe a person may be having a thought of a thought of always not being clean, and very unhygiene outlook about himself, even if he is hygienic. So these kind of thoughts may be disturbing the person in everyday life. Then it becomes an obsession. When the person is not able to get rid of this kind of thoughts, it becomes an obsession, and it disturbs the everyday functioning of the individual. So it is known as the an obsession or an obsessive thoughts. So these obsessive thoughts can create sometimes some problems in our life. So in itself it has no any harm, but if it pertains in our everyday actions, if it continues, it can also distort our everyday functions. If a person is always having a thought of not being clean, it can affect him in a very way. Here the person is over concerned about his own cleanliness or other matters. It can also happen in other matters. The person is thinking about that whether he has locked the door, too much time thinking about whether I have locked this door and things like that. So this obsession not only happen with our everyday action, it can also happen with other actions like religious actions or some other actions also. A person always thinks that no, who is always going to everyday temple or church and things like that. If one day he is not able to go, that thought may disturb him very much, and he may connect with God. God may punish and things like that. So these kind of thoughts pop up in the minds of the people. So this always also affects the person's everyday life. How it is possible to get rid of these kind of thoughts which is leading the person to actions also. So the person can get rid of these thoughts by understanding and analyzing one's own thoughts. The thoughts are in itself not harmful in a person's life. So when we take these thoughts very seriously in our life, it becomes a major problem, even a challenging problem in our life. If a person continuously thinks very negatively about his friend, and the person is not able to get rid of that prejudice against that friend, it creates a problem in the interpersonal relationship of a person. So it is very important for the people to get rid of this kind of thought patterns and build up a positive or healthy or a rational thought pattern in their mind to have a healthy functioning in their everyday life. So the obsessions are always leading a person to actions, and these actions are known as no the actions are known as the compulsive action, which the person is forcibly doing in everyday life. If a person who is suspicious of his friends, he is always not watching his friend and always thinking that his friend is doing something against him, so he has to take care of himself, he has to protect himself. So this kind of thoughts always disturbs the person. So here the person has to self analyze his or her own thoughts, and there he gets an insight into or a proper rational outlook about his own thoughts and feelings and actions of everyday life. Here how the person will be able to get rid of these thoughts, it is by having a regular watching about his own thoughts. A regular watching of one's own thoughts helps the person to get rid of his own negative ideas about his life. So people develop some negative ideas, as I have told just now. People develop some negative ideas in their lives, and these negative ideas lead the people into a problematic circumstances or problematic circles. So here the person has to identify whether these thoughts are helping me in my everyday life. So these thoughts can, if they are not helpful thoughts, it will harm the person's entire being or personality. So here the only thing is that we need not do anything very hard about this, but just to watch our thoughts and give a minimal time of our day to go into our thoughts and analyze these feelings and emotions. That will help us to get rid of these thoughts and have a healthy life and a healthy living. So there is a Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius. His famous book is Meditations, in which he tells about the stoicism, the meditative methods which can be followed to look it into one's own mind and to analyze one's own thoughts. So even in the Indian tradition also we can see that mind analyzed as a river, and different emotions and thoughts are coming interchangeably in our mind. By watching these thoughts itself, we become aware about these thoughts, and it changes our entire personality of our everyday life. So let us give there's some minimal time in our life to analyze our thoughts and feel out of these obsessions and thoughts and have a healthy living. Thank you, dear friends.